first, well, second, it was pretty warm yesterday. It's extremely warm today. I'm in this hoodie. I'm actually hot already. I know I'm going to be shedding this sooner than later, but Dean and I took the drive up here this morning, and we are going to spend the day on the Rocky boots, putting boots on the ground and miles on the treads, looking for some sheds. I didn't even try to do that, but I did it. Gonna set the old Onyx tracker, see what we can cover today. Finally, the snow is melting, and you can see, I mean, I'm still in like probably 4 or 5 inches right here, but all along the wood lines, most of the food plots should be pretty bare, at least down far enough where we could see if there's sheds in them or not. And you know, it'll still allow us to follow the trails in the snow and just do some preliminary looking. We got most of the bucks, if not all, are shed up here. There might be one buck that we'll be really looking for that might still have both sides or a side. We haven't seen him in about a week or so, so that might mean that he dropped them, which is, we're hopeful for that, because we should find some bone in and around these food plots. And with as much walking as we plan on doing this today, but it is beautiful. No place I would rather be, nothing that I would rather be doing today. So no, I cannot wait for this. Set the old Onyx tracker, drain the old vein before we roll.
Drain the old wax one.
You can the trails that come out of this woods. I mean, look what the deer are doing. They're just, that's a couple months of just beating the snow down, and they're coming out to the turnips. You can see it looked like in some of the pictures on the camera that we get sent, it looked like this food was gone, but there's still got bulbs laying around in the field. That's why they've spent so much time here. And this is just where there's no snow. It's a mud pit. It is a mud pit. It smells like a cow pasture down here. Mud pit. This is crazy. I'd be shocked if there wasn't a horn laying around in here, but they spend a lot of time down in here. Eating, coming back in here, going back out to eat. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. Lots of sign. There's one right in front of me. Picked up one. I know that deer too. Might only be a 1.5-year-old buck. I don't know. Could be a 2.5. I don't know. Let's find his other side. And we know this deer, and actually, now that I think about it, the camera's right there. We were getting pictures of him. I think on the same night he lost both horns, and he was in here a ton. So I wouldn't be surprised if his other one was not far behind. Looks like Dino might have found one. He did find it. Looks like a decent one. Who'd you find?
That little thin I think I saw him up in the
Cornelius, Yukon Cornelius. Oh yeah, I seen him in the cabin. Opening weekend, I think. Sick, dude. We're on the board. We're not gonna get skunked today.
8 points too. Like that's a solid horn right there.
Hey.
He'll be a Mac giant.
I seen him walking around with one side.
That's a good back scratcher.
That is. It's a good tooth picker too. Look how spindly that sucker is. This is nuts. There could be sheds that are submerged in water.
There's a lot of bulbs in here. We did good with the food. That's why
Yeah.
they're dumping in here. You know, check these cameras. And I usually go into it with the mindset, okay, I'm gonna pull some cameras, you know, give them a rest. And I have the batteries, I have the cards in my book bag, and I'm like, why am I pulling these? Like, are you trying to learn stuff about what wildlife does all year, or are you trying to take some time off, take a vacation? You trying to fly south for the winter to enjoy the warmer months? I'm putting batteries in them, putting new cards in, I'm leaving them out. Because whenever you want to put cameras out, like, oh, I want to start putting them out, I gotta get cameras out for those guys right there. I gotta get cameras out. And then you get busy and you delay it a week or a couple days or 2 weeks, and you're just always late. So why not just keep them in the woods? I got them in perfect turkey strutting spots. Let them run. Let's learn. Experience nature. Collect the data. Most recent information. Intelligence. Power.
So hard to figure out whether or not to have sunglasses on or not. You got the redneck right up there. I'm gonna stay low in this hedgerow and bebop around a smidgy. It's like you gotta find that first shed, you know? Like Dean found it, he saw it for the day. You gotta find that first shed, and then it's like your eyes start clicking a little bit. Feels different. See, these little knobs you gotta take note of. See how they just rise up a little bit and bed. There's probably more on this side. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised we haven't found a shed laying in one of them yet. Funny, I said I found a sweet trail camera spot, or a sweet trail that needed to have a mark on Onyx. I put the mark on Onyx. I walk across the creek, and there's a camera bracket in the tree, where obviously the landowner we purchased the property from had a camera right here. So he knew, but obviously that kind of just reassures my point. This is a great spot, but that thing's grown into the tree. I can't even get it out right now. So I'm gonna use it. And yeah, look at this. These deer are laying all right in here. You know what I'm gonna do? Pull out Onyx. You can see where I am. I'm gonna hit the add waypoint. Try and rename it. Bedding. I'm gonna put it as a purple, and then you can go to the symbols bedding area, save it. See how it saves it a little bit off? You just have to click on it again, go to edit, and then press the spot that you're on, hit save, and now you can see it's dropped right on where I'm at. But there's got to be, I mean, there's beds everywhere in here. I need to spend a little bit of time and just go slow right here and see what I see, but definitely going to be a spot that will come back and shed hunt. I mean, look, like under these pines, there's just, it's all over. It's crazy. I got bedding there, bedding up there. They're just all laying on this hillside. In the morning, they're gonna get sun on this hillside. And this is all within a mile or so of our food plot, or a couple of our food plots actually. Oh, maybe it's wild. We've been walking for a couple hours.
Oh,
it's
cutting the floors.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's time for lunch. Here, just give me a cheers.
Cheers.
Time for lunch. All right, Wegmans. That is hilarious. What? We literally just sat here and ate lunch for like a half hour. We got up and walked like 30 yards that way. Dean found 2 sheds. I literally sat right there for lunch, and Dean looks over and he's like, oh look, Cartman's shed is right there. Oh, that's him. Look at how he's got a little mass to him.
Yeah, that's a cool buck.
Super light horn. That's weird, man. Feel that. Feel how light that is.
Oh yeah. Wow. It almost feels hollow.
I know.
He's got no bone marrow.
Cartman.
That's cool. I mean, it just goes to show you. We just found two little sheds after we were done eating lunch under the pines. But yeah, it just goes to show you how you think you could cover a property in a couple passes or whatever. We just ate lunch. We've been sitting here for over 30 minutes, and it was within 10 feet, maybe 12 feet of David, right behind him. That is nuts. Sweet. I wonder if there's other ones close by.
I know. Now I'm like second guessing everything I've done today.
That's so funny. All right, we just went on a little roll.
Yeah, keep it rolling.
Little 3. She's on.
Little Oscar. He's got rail.
She got some rail. Maybe.
It might be a last year shed. It's number 5.
It's number 5.
Keep them coming. Found that one in the binos.
Yeah, this is these little pines, sporadic pines.
Yeah.
All right, this is where you gotta dig deep. You gotta keep up the mental strength, because your legs start getting tired. This snow is tough to walk through. It's so heavy because it's 55 degrees right now. Just heavy snow. And yeah, it's tough to walk through. You sink through, and every time it's just like, it's a disaster. It takes a lot to get out. My legs are starting to hit.
Found another little half sixer about 10 minutes ago. Just came up into this little patch because there's a beaten down trail that comes from that woods over here. Oh, look at. Another one. Busted forker. Little busted guy. That's 6, I think, for the day. See these little open grass patches, not only are they easy to see the sheds, but the deer come and hang out because, why wouldn't they? They got something to eat. Easy food access. It's definitely a last year shed. Or so it appears. Yeah. That's a last year's one for sure. Almost 6 miles. It'll be pretty good over 6 before we get done. 6 miles, we got 7 sheds so far. We're coming up on another little strip, south facing slope. That's gonna be good, and this is gonna be the last good little spot for us today. A lot of the snow melted today, especially in the fields. So that's good, because man, it was some tough walking at times. Tough walking. But it was good to be out here, that's for sure. Good to be out here. I mean, we covered a majority of our property. We realized we got hella beaver problems. Hella beaver problems. And maybe found a new stand location or two. That always happens when we're shed hunting. And that's about it. Another half mile or so, and we're gonna put these boots to bed for the night. Put these boots to bed, and that's gonna feel nice.
It's our best year ever. This was really only this was our first walk. The snow has been piled up here. It still is, honestly. We were almost a little bit early, but we got 7 little sheds going. Good start to the season. It's warm now. The snow's melting pretty quick, but we need about another week of warm weather. Once the snow is completely gone, we'll take another couple loops. I think we'll find a handful more, honestly. I know there's more sheds in there, but our legs are gonna feel it tomorrow. I know mine are achy.
6 miles on the Onyx tracker. I gotta turn mine off. I'm losing
That's what you got?
efficiency.